Hello again, ladies and gents, and I'm here to talk about what is considered widely to be one of Hitchcock's most mainstream films, 1959's North by Northwest, starring Cary Grant as advertising executive Roger Thornhill, who was mistaken for a government agent by the name of George Kaplan by a bunch of heavies who were trying to smuggle information out of the United States. A roll of microfilm smuggled inside an idol, a statue. This is the 50th anniversary edition Blu-ray, and it's exceptional. What can I say? The transfer is amazing. The score by the legendary Bernard Herrmann has never sounded better in any form. It's It's one of Hitchcock's most mainstream films. It's very epic in scope, filled with action and suspense, big name stars. Martin Landau was one of the henchmen, James Mason as the main villain, and what some people call a Grace Kelly clone, Eva Marie Saint as the love interest, and government agent, as it turns out. Eva Marie Saint plays Eve, who meets Cary Grant's character on a train, and the scene on the train between the two is just phenomenal. It's loaded with tension and just so many innuendos in dialogue. She just comes onto him immediately on the train. It's just a very sensual scene, and it's been purloined by the Bond series since. The whole movie is like a template for the James Bond movies, which came out a few years later. Indeed, From Russia with Love especially borrows from this film. It includes both a train scene, as does North by Northwest, and includes an attack scene where the protagonist is chased by an aircraft. In the case of From Russia with Love, it's a helicopter, and in the case of North by Northwest, it's a biplane with a machine gun, a crop duster plane, in one of the film's most well-known set pieces. It's a really well-shot scene, and quite ahead of its time. This movie could be considered the first action thriller, really. For the time, this was action-packed. A lot of movies had one or two standout set pieces, but this film's got at least three. It's got an early example of a car chase at the beginning. It has the infamous crop duster scene, and it has the chase across the face of Mount Rushmore at the end, which is one of the best examples of stunt work, not only in Alfred Hitchcock's career, but in just films in general. And as I've said, the cast is amazing. Cary Grant is funny and suave and charming, and just a lot of fun to watch in the lead role as Thornhill, cast into a series of events when he's far out of his depth. Saint is good. She's no Grace Kelly, but she is good, and she holds her own against Cary Grant. Grant could easily have played James Bond, and I think indeed he was offered the role at one point, but he only wanted to do one movie, so they didn't want him. After that, he dropped out of the project when it became obvious that he was only going to be interested in one film. But he does an excellent job here, and he's a really funny and witty actor. I love the scene when he is in an auction house and he wants to be escorted out by the police. So he starts calling out a ridiculous series of numbers in an effort to be escorted off the premises. And they say, "We have 12,000, hearing 12,000, 12,000 anyone? Yes, we have 12,000. Do we have 13,000? Yes, gentleman over there, 13,000. No, just 13. $13? Yes, that's more than it's worth." It's just a really witty and funny, ingenious scene. The movie is as much a comedy caper as it is an action thriller. The stolen film is really a MacGuffin. It's a plot element we don't really care about. The main crux of the story is the relationship between Eve and Roger Thornhill. It's about seeing how they get together, basically. It's a romance comedy, it's an action film, it's all of those things in one. It's one of Hitchcock's best films. If you can, get the Blu-ray edition. It's quite easy to find. It's quite recent. Came out in 2009. I've got the DVD edition as well, but this is superior. All of Hitchcock's films are much superior on the Blu-ray editions. North by Northwest is a classic for a reason. It's definitely in my top 5 Hitchcock movies. The title is a quote from Shakespeare, from Hamlet apparently. North by Northwest. I always had wondered what the title meant. Well, there you go. That's where it originates from. It's a quote from Shakespeare. It's similar to his earlier 39 Steps. The film is quite similar in concept to that, although this is bigger in scale and has a bigger budget and bigger stars. Please go and check this film out. It's amazing. If you haven't already, of course. The score is sensational. Bernard Herrmann. And I got it for about $20, so you should be able to find this in any good retailer. Have an excellent evening, ladies and gentlemen. Until later then, this is Adam Walton signing out.